Sean, you want to watch a video? Want to watch a movie? Want to watch the movie, Sean? Come on, Sean! You know you want to. Come on, be a pal. Sit on the couch with your old buddy.
You excited about this one?
I want to talk about this one, Sean.
You excited about this one?
Yeah, I'm excited. So we saw the treasure.
I was waiting for that.
Matecumbe or Matecumbe?
No,
Matecumbe.
Matecumbe. Point is, on the thing in Disney Plus, which you can watch it on, it says, outdated cultural depiction.
Yeah.
Which is a good, warning of, there's something in here that's going to be a bit
Racy. First of all, the way it started is just confusing in general.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he's a slave. Because you see a black man running, and he goes to tell his kid about a treasure, but then there's some people looking for him and the treasure.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he knew about this treasure, about the guy who died. So he's, it's a man who died. It's in his book, the map. And it's like, who's this guy? Why does he have a treasure? Where are you coming from? Who are these people from? And where are these people from? And it's just like, from the get-go, I'm confused.
Yes. I don't know how to describe it. The movie's kind of a mess.
It's all over the place.
It is all over the place. It's clearly going for this adventure type movie thing. Honestly, it's very basically just Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, honestly.
Two kids trying to journey down a river to find treasure from pirates. It's literally the same exact plot.
It really is.
Yeah, no, it's the same plot. But this one was executed way worse.
The editing is all over the place. You get weird close-ups of people, just and sometimes there's bad guys. You're like, I wonder if he's a bad guy. The music will let you know it's a bad guy. Don't.
And sometimes those moments turn into fucking dance.
Oh yes. Oh.
Okay, so that's my big problem with this movie. I'm saying it's a mess. It's all over the place. All the weird things happens. But the weirdest thing is the tone changes on a dime all the time.
There's not.
That was a rhyme.
It took it out of me. I mean,
you can tell. You can tell. It's one of those movies where you'll be in the middle of a serious scene and then out of nowhere it's a hilarious scene. And when I say hilarious,
unintentional.
Yes, but at the same time they'll also just. It's the tone will just switch and then it'll switch again, so you don't really know how to feel during one scene. The scene what I'm talking about with the serious and the dance contest, which literally happens. It goes from serious to
scary,
funny to scary to
kidnappy and then and then escape.
Yeah. And speaking of tone shifts, I'm just gonna give the warning here. Spoilers.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now I know how to talk about this. I feel like nothing was accomplished at the end of this. When they open up the treasure, they don't show opening the treasure.
Yeah.
The characters go off, they come back, treasure's already open. Oh, we gotta hide from the bad guys who are coming. It's like, usually, oh wow, look at all that, like some excitement, a payoff for the shit you put me through.
Yeah.
This is a little nitpick. The treasure looked fake.
Yes.
the coins didn't even have like face on. There's flat. I guess that might have been an ancient thing. But even in ancient Roman times, they had faces on them. I want faces on my treasure, and I want my ruby necklace with the golden casing. I don't want the gold scratched off at all because that means it's not gold. It was paint.
No, but pretty much, yeah, you're right. Like, even the bad guy who ends up getting the treasure in a way, even he seems very disappointed in the treasure.
Right, because he just gets treasure, he's like, yes, well, okay, so here's what we do. And when he holds up the necklaces, which there are a lot, it's half gold, half necklaces, and he gets necklaces.
He even, for some bizarre reason, and this kind of constitutes the whole movie, it's just questionable, he, puts them down, and then he, looks next to his, little friend, and then he, grabs his arm, and he's just like...
What's in his hand? There's nothing in his hand. There's nothing magical about his hand. He didn't even steal. He wasn't even a main character. Literally, just
pretty much. Just no. It's the writing is bad, and not in just even a dialogue way, I mean, like, there's things the characters are doing that ultimately doesn't make sense. The whole movie basically can be summed up as them just stumbling into all these distractions to just lengthen the runtime. Yeah.
When you watch the movie.
Yes, the thumbs up death. They kill off a character in one of the weirdest ways I've seen in a while.
I know we're kind of skipping to the end, but it's just I have to get off my chest. So when they're digging up the treasure in the middle of a hurricane, they went from swamp to beach, and so they're digging in the hurricane, big wave, and you see this big wave multiple times, just coming out, bringing people back, but then they crawl back to the beach, and but then the big guy, the one of the main, the magical heroes, or not magical, the doctor.
He's a con artist.
He's con artist, basically. He's walking towards it. We found the treasure, come on! Look out behind you! Big wave. Oh!
He literally tumbles his way like across the beach.
Okay, so in a movie, typically there's like quiet situations where you're trying to sneak or you're trying to be secretive, right? In the very beginning, when you see the man from the beginning, that was running to tell him about the treasure, throws little rocks at the window and says, "Hey, David, shh. Oh, I'm gonna come around the back. Bam, it's you!" Damn! Like, shh.
It almost feels like they recorded the movie twice and inserted scenes that just don't make sense in context. But the problem is the things that do pop up, because I'm not beating around this bush. Like,
don't beat around it, cut through it. Looks like they did that Indian graveyard.
The Indians are very prevalent in this film in some odd ways. I would say distasteful ways, but I'm gonna say like one of the first things that made me just go like, what? Is when it literally just cuts out of nowhere, cold cuts to one of the characters full up Indian garb.
Like buffalo top with the horns, garb, everything.
And the two children actors are now impersonating Indians.
War paint, feathers.
And they're straight up like talking in fake Indian dialogue, like they're trying to be Indians. And it's not like to impersonate, to be able to like investigate camps or anything. No, they're just trying to sell.
Like sell fake medicine.
Yeah.
You've seen it in old time movies before where it's like, oh look, I got some miracle cure-all. But instead of just saying it's a cure-all, like, I went to this ancient Aztec ruins and found these people, and now they helped me. Go fetch the bottle.
That's the problem.
No, literally.
Yeah. They just like, and now I'm going to dive straight into the bush. There's a KKK scene. That was the one that made me really... These people come up because they're looking for a certain person. They come up to...
You gotta find their uncle.
Yeah, they gotta find the kid's uncle. And they come up to... And it doesn't show anything. It's just, you hear a lot of noise. You hear the lady go,
"What's that?"
Yeah, they seem to be having some sort of party.
All of a sudden, cross gets lit up on fire.
Yeah, it just cuts to somebody that's
and you see a guy still, even though he's white, on a horse, just from trees, just like.
Yeah, it's a lynching scene.
It comes right out of left field. Like it would have been a little easier to flow if they go, "Oh look, what are they doing? I've heard about these people. They're racist. You better hide because there's an African American kid they're traveling with. You better hide. They'll kill you for sure.
Yeah.
We have to save this uncle. We have to save this man.
Nope.
Let her cross, and that's your introduction right there. And it's just
that lynching scene. The only thing I can really give praise for this one, and I'll be honest, it's not like it's the worst film.
It's not. No,
it's just a bad film. But I would say the one thing that just made me go like, okay, that's cool. Is some of the lines are funny.
Yeah.
They actually did try to take. They're kind of using the film to actually battle these kinds of ideas, like the KKK. In that KKK scene, they literally like beat him to shit. With,
they literally take his elixirs, light them on fire, and like Molotov cocktail kind of thing.
Yeah, they're actually trying to do
so
that.
it's not like it's praising them, it deforms them or whatever, sets them on fire. Like you see people on fire, it's like, oh, get those crazy fuckers.
Yeah, but I would say the other thing they actually avidly try to talk about is feminism. Actually, like a little. There's the one girl in this that's obviously the antithesis of damsel in distress. I would say.
I was about to say, I'm glad you described that word because I didn't know what it meant. Antithesis.
Antithesis, the opposite of.
Oh, I thought that was a religion.
You know,
I'm an antithesis.
No, so basically, like, there's this lady in the movie that right from the get-go, she's trying to escape marriage that she's been forced into. Yeah, she comes in and basically exposes a con artist.
Which was done pretty well, actually.
Yeah, actually, she uses guns to actively take a role in a situation that saves other people.
Which was cool.
And at one point, one of the characters is an obvious, like, obstacle in the way that he is basically telling her, oh, she doesn't really belong out here. If anything, she belongs in the kitchen, which is literally, I think, something he says.
It is.
Yeah, and so obviously this movie's trying its hardest to basically, bring that idea that a woman could do anything, which I thought was interesting. Like, this movie does try to, it's not pointlessly, like, offensive is what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
It is trying to touch on topics, it's just tasteless in some aspects.
Yeah, like he reminded, even though it's made in the 70s, the movie itself takes place, it says, quote, post-Civil War era. So things, obviously that's when racism was like, wow. So there's going to be some things in there, obviously. Some words are used, so.
Like the one guy,
like
the black.
In the beginning, said, "We heard you have his black." It's like,
we're looking for your black, Ben Woods.
Pretty much, and you're just like, huh? Is his last name Black?
I mean, you might as well say the N-word. I mean, that's just what you did right there.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just hunting down the black, and it's like, oh.
And you see him running, and I was thinking like, oh, I'm thinking he's probably a runaway slave, but I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna let the movie. We heard you might have his black.
I know, that's. We were spending the first 5 minutes going like, this music's a jam, and hopefully this isn't what it looks like.
The intro song actually like kind of slaps. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about getting the soundtrack.
Yeah, the music's pretty cool. It's just any way you slice it, the movie just isn't worth watching, really.
It really is not.
I wouldn't watch it.
If you want to watch it because you want to know what we're talking about, hey, thanks for joining in our pain.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the novelty is it's a Disney film that is oddly just dealing with these issues that Disney films don't do, and definitely not in this fashion.
No.
Yeah, when you think Disney, everyone has a certain thought of how they operate. When you watch this film, throw that out the window. Yeah, you're kind of sitting there going like, oh, all right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of scenes where you're just like, no, because a lot of things come out of nowhere, left field, as we said. It's just like, oh, look at that, it's a Tails.
Oh, I'm gonna wonder what my guess was. It was Tails.
Really?
You didn't like it?
Like I said, if you're gonna watch it with friends, you will laugh. Not because it's funny, it's because it catches you off guard. Yeah. We have that funny friend says something randomly, and you start laughing. This is our friend. Well, I mean, we don't like him that much, but I mean,
I wouldn't invite him to any parties.
I'm not going to invite him over ever again.
Yeah, you're kind of worried, you take him out to Denny's or something, he's just going to say something, and you're like, oh!